first down. They'll start out with Hubbard.
Past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 5.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
2nd down, another chance for Hubbard.
Working for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
You talk about this Falcon defense.
They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Third down, Young from the gun.
He'll dump this one off to Hubbard.
And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4.
The term game manager has such a negative connotation, and I don't really understand why. There are very few quarterbacks who can go out and truly carry an offense. I put this guy in the game manager category, and he did a great job on that first throw, finding an easy pass to his running back to get into a rhythm.
They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return.
And it will be Falcon football.
Looking to put a drive together. Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted.
And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
So a pick 6 on the first play of the drive. And, Charles, we have our first points of the game, making it 6-0.
And while it's only 6 points in the first quarter, it certainly takes a lot of pressure off of them, doesn't it? They're in the lead. They have control. Now they just want to settle in and play their game and defend that advantage.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
At the 34-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
You look at this Carolina defense.
They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And that's a ranking that feels good, right? To be number 1 and be the top of your profession. But here's the problem. It's only week 1.
1 week, yeah.
Can they do it 15 more times? If so, then we really got something to talk about.
That's the challenge. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to pass. Tua. And that is incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Straight ahead with Hubbard.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
In motion, the tight end. Now Young. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
2nd and 10.
To throw, Young.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw and coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Again, it's Young. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
That's Zach Harrison who forced his way in to drop him.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
32-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Well, this defense for the Panthers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Second and 9.
Tua sets up to pass it.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A give up the middle, Hubbard. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that one.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Second down and 8. Here's Young from the shotgun. And it's caught. And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown. Tommy Tremble. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Panthers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0.
14. Falcons, nothing. Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
Here's 2nd and 10. Robinson up the middle. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That ball caught by the rookie from Georgia.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards.
And that'll bring up 4th down. On is Jake Bailey to send this one away.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Credit that sack to James Pierce.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now here's Young. That's taken in. It's Jalen Coker.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Young working out of the gun. That is caught. And he is going to have the Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 14. And the Panthers 1st down.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Young's got his guys 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defense in front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
This is 2nd and 8. Here's Young. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete out right to the tight end, Trimble. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Carolina. Tommy Trimble with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Panthers take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0.
Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Tua going to throw. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. So just shy of midfield. They tried it. Didn't work out. What did you think?
I thought that they should have punted the ball away. Should have gotten rid of it and played defense with better field position. Look, I'm as aggressive as anyone wanting to go for it on offense, but in this situation, it doesn't.
First half.
I don't know that there's any risk. I mean, what's the reward for your risk here? I would not have done that. My only explanation is this coach, he may want to be up here in the booth with us. We may have a 3-man booth starting next week if he keeps up with those decisions.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's Young off play action. That's caught inside the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Young. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart and not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again.
And Young will slide to the ground safely as he picks up the 1st down as well.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half. A chance to really cap off a big 1st half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Left.
Throwing, Young. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try to pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Young off the bootleg. They'll buy some time right. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Panthers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And a round is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. There's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Tua, a final shot before half. And that is incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Oh, the O-line, they were out in front, ready to block there, but it's incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Tua. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Tua. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
From the 46, here's the 2nd down and 9. Right back to Hubbard.
And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons' 39.
48 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll try and run for this with Hubbard.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll try to throw now. Young. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
To Branch quickly.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun.
Got a man, it's London.
And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Well, partner, that was a heck of a play right there because there is no chance that he was the primary receiver on that play. Definitely checked it down to him and just said, please, help us out, make a play. And he does and delivers a first down.
And nowhere to run in the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Atlanta, Georgia's the spot, and glad to have you along for the ride. Third quarter action, 2nd and 10.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up third down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Looking to pass. Tua.
Looking middle and finding Branch.
And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Falcons' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And it's now a 28-7 ball game.
Nick Folk to kick off for Atlanta.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
But Young now.
10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here. On the handoff, it's Hubbard.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Chuba Hubbard, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are on their way to a 2-0 start.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Falcons 7. Ryan Fitzgerald.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
On the return, the Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he fires one incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The Falcons on 3rd down. As bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Tua sets up to pass it.
Finding Kyle Pitts running the slam. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. But this game well in hand. Perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick.
And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And that's now a half dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Because CD, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you present it, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right? Half a dozen over the last 2 games or 3 the last game, 3 this game. Either way, it's way too many. And that's something they'll have to work on, hoping to get through the rest of this game without having to address it again.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll drop the throw.
There's a short throw caught by Sanders.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Young to throw it.
That is caught. He's going to have the first down and then some.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Young working out of the gun. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Panthers have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Makes it 3rd and 3.
From the gun, it's Tua.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Falcons first down. First and 10.
Tua going to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Michael Jackson. And the Panthers are going to take over here up near the 40. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball in a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Young's got his guys 1st and 10.
On the handoff, running left is Hubbard.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one by the line of scrimmage.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Now here's Young. Flushed out right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Gets it out quickly here to the left flat.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Young.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Monday.
Young here to throw. Under pressure now, he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. They'll try and run. Here's Hubbard.
And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Fitzgerald now for the extra point.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
That's brought in downfield by London.
And they get it down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 41.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa sets up the screen to Robinson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Now Tua signaling to change things up.
Tua setting up shop to throw again.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
44. Ready.
Now Tua.
Well, the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down.
They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. One final try for Tagovailoa. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense. No